Woo, we're back. So, what are the components of a plot? So, there are a lot of components of a plot um, in various layers, but the fundamental defaults are assigning a data set and the mappings of those specific variables of the data set to aesthetics. Now, once we do that, which I've covered in a previous video module, so once we do that, that's where it gets interesting. That's where the layers come in. Because the foundational piece is great to start, but it's those extra layers of where the nuance is. And so a layer will contain a geometric object, a statistical transformation, a position adjustment, and one data set with aesthetic mapping. Now, usually it's the same data set with aesthetic mapping that you put into the default, but you can tinker with that. And then for each aesthetic mapping, there's a scale. That's how we can throw in the coordinate systems. The scaling system is actually how facet specification works. So it's, yeah. Okay. So pro tip, I mean, this one I've kind of already said 15 times or so. But the layers are the most important and involved part of the plot. Like the core piece of the plot, I mean, that's why you can assign it as an object and just tinker. There's so much tinkering to get that plot to do what you want. Because each data combined with plot will give you something a little different. Okay, so what's a layer? Now, if I had the rights to it, I would include a little clip from Shrek talking about layers and cakes and parfaits. However, you will have to use your imagination. Woo! But anyway, yeah, so a layer has, as I mentioned earlier, didn't I just? Oh, whatever. Reiteration is good. So it has data and that aesthetic mapping, as well as the statistical transformation, the geometric object, and position adjustment. For example, here, we've made a plot that just has assigned X to color and Y to clarity and thrown in geom points. I have not reproduced that plot here because I only have so much space, but a cool thing you can do is actually pull up the layers by saying whatever ggplot thing you've assigned as an object name, you can summon its layers as its own variable in the list. And here we can see that we have geom point, we've got stat identity, and you'll notice that there's some variants here that they've removed or they've set missing or na.rm to false. Same with stat identity, as well as position identity. Now, we didn't specify position or stat. Those are the built-in implicit assumption. But I think it's helpful to realize that just because we didn't specify it doesn't mean it's not there. Okay. So, let's dive into data and aesthetic mapping. So data is pretty self-evident. For a ggplot, the data needs to be formatted as a tibble or a data frame. It does not like vectors. It does not like matrices, and it doesn't. It's unhappy. It will tell you. It will complain. Um, and so this one's fairly straightforward. All right, so next we've got aesthetic mapping. This one's a little less evident, so let's dive in. So aesthetic mapping describes how variables in a data set are mapped. And the aesthetic are the attributes of the plot. Now here, aesthetic means perceivable, something you can actually observe in the plot so your eyeballs can see it. So, but there are tons of these attributes. including the position along the y-axis, color, shape, position along the x-axis, opacity, which is like how see-through it is, line type. And those are just some. I kind of got tired of typing them. But they're so yeah. Okay, so now data and aesthetic mapping, they go together. Okay. There we can adjust the frame and then I'm not like smushed forward. All right. We'll see how long Archie keeps himself occupied. Okay. Cool. So yeah, the aesthetic mapping takes the variables in your data and maps them onto the aesthetic or perceivable parts of the plot and is therefore specific to the data set. Okay, so that is our first little chunk about layers. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.